Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do for this fall inspired tutorial, I've already put my primer on. It's the Urban Decay Eden. It's kind of like the matte flesh coloured primer. It's kind of light, but I didn't want to use like a sparkly primer because I got a lot of sparkle going on with the eyeshadows. I'm then going to take a J Glamour shader brush. It's actually a concealer brush, but I really like it for putting on eyeshadow. I've just it's been sitting in my brush collection for ages, and yeah, so why not? Just because it says it's for something doesn't mean you can't use it for something else, right? So I am going to be taking the, just going to pick it up, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay 15th Anniversary palette today for our eyeshadows predominantly. So the first colour I am going to be using is Chase, which is the one down the bottom here. And this one here. And that is going in the inner corner. Let's take a little bit of that. And I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of apricot-y gold. It's really unusual. Okay, so we've got the Chase colour on. I'm now going to be taking Midnight Rodeo from the 15th Anniversary palette, which is very similar to Sidecar from the Naked palette. It does have a lot of glitter in it, so be careful with this colour. It's very glittery, very glittery, so I'm actually going to use a tissue to put this on, which I didn't do on the other eye, and now I was kind of paying for it for hours trying to get the glitter off, so I'm actually going to use a tissue, put that under there. I'm going to tap Midnight Rodeo just in the centre. It says Midnight Rodeo on. I don't know if you can see the glitter in it. Yeah, I think you can. It's pretty fierce. You want to wipe that brush off really well because we don't want any more of that glitter kind of floating around. And we're going to be using another colour from this palette, which is MIA, which is just underneath the kind of bronzy colour on the other side. So I'm going to be using MIA. And we're just going to be doing the same thing. We're just going to be putting that in the outer portion. Then we can work on the blending in a minute. That's the dark brown colour on. I'm now going to be taking a colour from Senna, which is absolutely one of my favourites. It doesn't look like a lot in the pan, because it's just like a really light flesh tone colour, but it's a really nice blending colour, and it is called Blend, so it's kind of for this purpose. And I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 blending brush. That's a synthetic one. And I'm just going to be placing that over the top here. We've got all these three colours. And this is going to be like a blending stage. It's just going to help the kind of glittery, shimmery colours that we've got on the lid blend upwards into our crease and into our brow colour, sorry, that we're going to be putting on in a minute. It just warms them up, even though they're very warm colours as it is. If you can see that, it just makes a nice warm kind of like arch over them. It's a really nice little trick if you have trouble with blending, just to take a colour like that and let that colour do the work for you, really. I'm going to go back in with my shader brush, and no more product on it, just the product that was left. I'm just going to kind of blend that out a little bit. Just like that. Then I am going to be taking a big fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to be using the colour Vanilla from the 15th Anniversary palette, which is this very pretty white gold here. I'm just going to use a little bit of this, just right underneath the brow. And in that inner corner. Just like that. So that's pretty much the eyeshadow done for now. You can go back in if you want to kind of touch up some of the colours. If you've knocked any of the intensity of the colours out, you can do that. I'm going to leave it like that for now. The next thing I'm going to do is take the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, which is just a black liquid eyeliner and a pen. Shake it up, and I'm going to do my eyeliner. Now you can skip this part if you want this makeup look to be kind of, I don't know, work appropriate or just a nice daytime look. I'm going to wear this out during the day, but you know, that's me. I love my liquid liner, so you can skip this part if you want. So, you know, it's really up to you what you want to do. This look will look perfectly fine if you don't want to put any liner on at all. It'll look really nice and kind of smoky, but if you want to vamp it up a little bit, liner would be a good way to do that. So I'm just going to apply this and I'll be back to show you the rest of the look. The eyes, I put my liner on. I used Cannonball waterproof mascara from Urban Decay, and then I just took some of the colours that I'd used on the lid. So I used Chase, Midnight Rodeo and MIA, and I just put those very lightly underneath my lower lash line. That's all I did for my eyes. Onto the cheeks. While I was yapping away and not recording, I used the Royal Effem Bright Bronze Mineral Powder in Nude on a little angled brush. I'll just do it again for you so you can see. Just put a little bit of that underneath the cheekbone, kind of round. I love this powder because it's just matte, but it's got a nice kind of satiny finish to it. And then for my blush, I used a Femme blush in Golden Sunset, which is this one here, up the top. Beautiful kind of sparkly pink with like a rosy hue to it. I will just put a tiny little bit of that on to show you how it looks. Just a tiny bit, just here. It's really pretty. It's a really nice fall colour. The lips, I've decided I'm going to use an Ellis Faas lip colour. They look like this, the ones that are shaped like the big bullet. And this one is, I don't know whether this is one of their creamy or their milky or their glazed. Actually, I know it's not a glaze, so it must be one of the creamy or the milky formulations. I'll check out on the website and put it down below in case you're interested. But it's one or the other, and it's kind of like a liquid lipstick, and it looks like this. And this one is in L106. So it's a really pretty kind of rusty colour. It's really, really pretty. You just keep turning it until the colour comes out. Pretty simple. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on because this is a full look, so. Like that. So that is my fall inspired tutorial. Yeah, pretty simple, especially if you have the Urban Decay 15th anniversary palette. It's really simple, but these colours you can kind of, you know, you can kind of duplicate them with the Naked palette as well. You can kind of use Half Baked in the inner corner. You could use a little bit of Sidecar in the middle, then you could use a little bit of Smog or Dark Horse on the outer corner. You know, it's very easy. I'll put a list of the dupes down below for the Naked palette in case you have that. You don't have a 15th anniversary palette, but it's pretty simple to replicate if you have either of them. So yeah, yeah, just something kind of, I don't know, kind of warm and cozy for autumn. I wasn't looking forward to autumn, but actually now that it's here, it's kind of nice because you can kind of use all the makeup that you'd put away for spring and summer. So it's nice to kind of break that out again and do some different tutorials. If you have any requests for any autumn looks you'd like to see, then please put those down below in the comments, because I'd really like some ideas for some new kind of autumn themed tutorials. In case you know, if you've got any ideas, leave them down below. I'll list all the products that I use in this tutorial as well in the little description box, so click down there if you're interested in finding out what I used, or if you have a question about something I used, it'll be down there. And yeah, thanks so much for subscribing, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.